Welcome back to Unstoppable, the elite mind and body podcast for men. I'm your host, Taj Howell. Today is episode, what episode are we on? 46? 46. We are on episode 46 right now. And today we got to talk about the most common yet worst problem that all men face. Okay? The most common yet worst problem that all men face. Now, here's the thing about this problem. Okay? It doesn't happen to all men at the same time. It happens to all men at different times of life. What is the problem? The problem is what I call an identity skew. Okay, what this means is every man has three primary things that he's focused on achieving in life. The first one is health. The second one is wealth, and the third one is love. Okay, so health obviously being your health and fitness, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind. Wealth, of course, obviously being taking care of your career, taking care of your business, making money, providing for your family. And love being having a spouse, a partner, kids, people that love you, people that support you, friends, family. Those are the three areas that men typically focus on growing in. Okay. Now, what's an identity skew? An identity skew is when you see yourself in a certain regard. Okay. You see yourself fit. You see yourself happily married. You see yourself with a lot of money. You see yourself successful with status, with power, with everything that you ever wanted. But your reality is down here. You're actually out of shape. You actually don't have the best relationship that you wanted with your spouse. You actually don't have the bank account that you thought you would by age 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, or 70 plus. An identity skew is when you see yourself differently than where you actually are in life, right? And this happens to men when they get to a point in their life where they feel like they should be at a specific milestone, or they should be somewhere, or they should have a certain amount of money or a family or whatever it is, and they're not quite there yet, right? And they're not quite there yet. Another time this happens is when men focus too much on one or two of the three areas, leaving one or two of the three areas behind, okay, and not focusing on it. Now, health, wealth, and love, okay? Let's say, for example, you're focusing, humor me for a second, okay? Because this is most men. Most men focus on wealth above everything else. They focus on making money, providing, building a business, building a company. They focus so much on building the wealth. And maybe their focus is well on the family. They're focused on building their family and giving their kids a good life and giving their wife a good life. But then their health suffers. What happens when their health suffers? An identity skew happens because the man sees himself as the successful guy, making good money. He's got a great family. He's doing all the things right. But then because he didn't take care of his health, he feels like shit. He looks like shit. He doesn't fit his clothes anymore. His belt loops. You need to buy a new belt every 6 months. And ultimately, he doesn't have the confidence that he should have, even though he's up here in every other metric. All men face this problem at some point where you see yourself higher than you are, but ultimately your health, wealth, or love reflects poorly versus where you see yourself. Okay. So an identity skew happens when one or more of these areas is out of alignment, right? Where one or more of these areas is out of alignment. If your health is out of alignment, you're going to feel an identity skew. If your wealth is out of alignment and you can't get by and you're struggling financially, you're going to feel an identity skew. If you are having issues with your relationships, issues with your family, you're not seeing your kids, you're being the deadbeat, right? You're going to have an identity skew. Now, in order to get all three of these areas back on track, your health back on track, your relationships and family and love back on track, or your wealth back on track, what needs to happen is what I call an identity shift. Okay. We need to actually go about changing the way that you see yourself in your own mind. You have to be able to see yourself differently. Now, how do we go about doing that? You can shift and focus your identity in 3 steps. Okay. And these are the same 3 steps that I use with every single one of my clients. And guys, remember, I've had 417 men graduate out of my program. I currently have 70 active clients that are killing it in every single metric. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, if you want to get in better shape, build better finances, build better relationships, Follow these 3 steps. Number 1, you need clarity on your highest self. What does the highest version of you look like? How does he act? How does he speak? How does he think? How does he treat his fellow man? What are his core values? What are his beliefs? What does his spirituality look like? What are the things that he absolutely does not settle for as a man? What are his standards? If you don't have clarity on the highest version of yourself as a man, and you don't know exactly who you're fighting to be exactly like, because that's the highest version of you, and you won't stop at nothing until you reach that point, you have less power than the men who have what I just explained. And the men who have that highest self, that they're self-actualizing every single day and focused with relentless intensity on achieving, will destroy you 10 times out of 10 in every single area. You need to have your highest self outlined. Now, number 2, okay? Number 2, second step to shift and focus your identity is to build a list of non-negotiables, okay? A non-negotiable is something that you simply do not compromise on. Meaning, if you know that you're supposed to wake up at 5 a.m., you know that you're supposed to do a morning routine, you know that you're supposed to work out for 30 minutes a day, you know that you're supposed to read a book every single day, maybe 10 pages, you know that you're supposed to get your kids ready for school, you know that you're supposed to go to work, you know that you're supposed to, when you get home, give your wife a hug, kiss, slap her on the butt, whatever it is, whatever the things that you know you must do each and every single day to actualize the goals that you have set for yourself. Those things are non-negotiables. Here's the thing about non-negotiables. If you negotiate on your non-negotiables, you lose all credibility with yourself. You lose all credibility with yourself, and you won't even believe the shit you say anymore. This is one of the worst places that you could possibly be in. And I want you to drop fire right now if you're watching this live and you've been there, where you know that you're supposed to do certain things each day. You know you're supposed to fucking work out. You know you're supposed to get up early. You know you're supposed to not eat fucking Twinkies at 9:30 p.m. You know you're not supposed to do these things or are supposed to do these things, and still you negotiate. Drop some fire right now if you're watching this live and that's been the case for you. Non-negotiables are designed to be things that you do not negotiate with no matter what, that you do not compromise on no matter what. They're pieces of the puzzle that are going to help you build the highest version of yourself. I want you guys to get clarity on that. What are the things that you need to be doing every single day that are going to take you to the next level? What are the things that you need to do today? What are the things you need to do tomorrow? What are the things that you need to do on the weekend? What are the things that must happen every single fucking day? If they don't, your ass is going backwards. And guess what? There's only two directions in life, forward and backwards. Which one do you choose? Because every single choice that you make every single day is either pushing you forward or it's pulling you back. Which is it, boys? Which is it? Step number 3 to shift and focus your identity is to build out visions for your life. Now, what's a vision for your life? A vision is different than a goal, okay? A goal is a predetermined target that you're shooting for, that you're willing to let me rephrase this. A goal is a target that you're shooting for, in which you're willing to render a certain amount of action necessary to achieve said goal. Okay? That's what a goal is. A vision is a lifestyle in the future that you are working day in and day out to actualize. That's what a vision is. It's an actual future life. Goals and visions are different. What we need to do if we want to have the right identity as men, if we want to see ourselves in the right sort of regard, we need to have visions that are extremely clear, future lives that we can literally project our consciousness, project into and see and live in. Now, what does this mean? I like to start with a 10-year vision for my life. Okay? The reason I start with a 10-year vision is because people overestimate what they can do in 1 year. People underestimate what they can do in 5 years. And you can't even fucking fathom what you can do in 10 years with the right actions, the right thoughts, the right mindset, the right daily non-negotiables, and the right actualization of self over the course of 10 years, you could literally build $1 billion company. There have been people that get out of jail with $200 in their bank account and in 10 years build $1 billion company. Why not you? Build a 10-year vision for your life that's so massively strong and massively powerful that you don't even know if you could even do it. And then work your way back and build a 5-year vision. And then work your way back and build a 3-year, and then a 1-year, and then a 6-month, and then a 3-month. And then take that 3-month and build it into the daily actions you must take every single day to actualize your best self. That's what must be done. So guys, the 3 steps that will shift your identity and get your health back on track, your wealth back on track, and your love back on track is gaining clarity on your highest self, number 1. Gaining clarity on the non-negotiables that you simply must do every single day to actualize your highest self, number 2. And number 3, gain clarity on the visions that are pulling you and propelling you forward in life. Where's your settings, bro? Sorry, guys, a little technical difficulty here. Bear with me. Bear with me 1 sec. Very strange. Wi-Fi just cut off. Weird. What the fucking shit? Very strange. Very strange. Sorry, guys, if you're on this live video right now, we just had a little bit of technical difficulties with the internet. For some reason, it's not working on Instagram. I'm going to finish the delivery here on Facebook, and the Instagram people are just going to have to not get it. You're going to have to listen to the podcast. Okay. As I was saying, the 3 things that will shift and focus your identity are, number 1, clarity on your highest self. Number 2, clarity on your non-negotiables. Number 3, clarity on your visions for life. Now, what I recommend is implementing a morning routine that gains clarity and alignment with your highest self every single day. Doing so will help you choose the right emotions. And by right emotions, I mean choose gratefulness, choose happiness, choose abundance, choose the things that are positive ways to lead your life, positive ways to take action. And from those emotions and from everything from the way that you select your mind to show up that day, you'll generate infinitely better results. Okay. Now, I recommend repeating that every day. A morning routine should be done every single day without fail, even on the weekends. And it should be the thing that you live and absolutely die by. All right, guys, thank you so much. This has been the most common yet worst problem that all men face. Identity skews impact so many men. It's actually ridiculous. And what I mean by that is so many men go through midlife crises. So many men get to a point where their bank account and their family life does not match their body. So many men get to the point where their love life does not match their bank account, and their body also may not match their bank account. So many men get to the point where they're not covering all 3 areas: health, wealth, and love. And I truly believe that more men will be deeply, deeply purposeful, deeply joyous, and happier if they focus on getting their identity fully right. Okay? So love you guys so much. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Take care.